should be it. All right, can everyone see slides? Perfect.
Yep.
All right, so I suck at video games, but I'm not that bad at programming. So let's see how I leverage some of those skills to make me suck less. So I like to play this game. It's called Legends of Runeterra. It's a collectible card game. Runs on a variety of devices. I think it's pretty fun. If you've ever heard of like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone, it's quite similar to those. So we're going to go over a little bit of background, what we need to know. Then I'm going to say why I did this and maybe try to justify all the time that I spent on this project. How I did it, talk about some tech hurdles, and then include a demo, and then a conclusion of is it actually working. So Legends of Runeterra. Oh, also I chose this slide template because I thought it was like very inspiring, which was like nice contrast to the Zoom background that I have right now. So here's a screenshot of the game in action, and as you can see, it is very complex. There's a lot of stuff happening. If you just look at the cards, none of these bubbles or lines, there's like 4 different effects going on the cards themselves. There's in the middle a stack of effects that are happening and lines getting drawn all over the place. There's lots of numbers and like there's a lot going on at any given time. And if you just miss one variable while you're calculating what you need to do, things can go poorly very quickly. So some kind of key points is there's a lot of decision points at any given moment. And like I said, one mistake can snowball tempo away. The goal is simple. Reduce your opponent's life to 0 without getting yours reduced to 0. But there's a myriad of ways to do that. There's units, there's spells. There's 3 different types of spells that can activate at different times. Some of them can't be stopped, some of them can. So like big brain plays are always welcome and encouraged in this game. And oftentimes the possibility of your opponent having a card is almost as good as if they actually have it. So if they're bluffing it and you know this deck runs this card, the thought of them having that card can often paralyze you. So there's a lot to keep in mind. And like, I lost a lot of games because I don't know, I don't remember stuff very easily. So why did I make this? There's just too much at any given time to remember, especially when you're learning the game. So the more you play, the better you know what to expect. But expansions are coming out on a monthly basis. So when the meta game is in flux, there's no guarantee what to expect. Everything's different. You could play one game and then you could see a card you've never seen before, even though you played this game forever. Maybe it was from the first set that no one thought was any good. There's an average of 85 cards per region, and every deck is made up of 2 regions. So there's quite a few cards you got to like keep track of what could possibly be there. And there's no quick way to like quickly filter this information. It's all just like, do you remember this or not? There are some existing solutions to like help with this game and everything, but they're too powerful for this use case that I'm experimenting. So here's the most popular one. They have a lot going on the screen. You can see all the different regions right here, the mana cost, everything. And you can only see like barely 6 cards at once. That's not fast enough for me. I'm not gonna be able to navigate this UI in the middle of a turn where I'm already overthinking stuff. So that's kind of the why I wanted to do this. So kind of like my main things to think about were, I wanted to filter information to avoid decision paralysis. It's got to be rapidly available and quick to use. I wanted to make this more than just a tool that I use. So like maybe how could I make this beneficial and like share it elsewhere? And then also what can I get out of this project except for just like a way to win games easier. So how did I do it? Well, I started with a React app. I'm hosting it on GitHub Pages. I leveraged a lot of Riot Games, which is the maker of this card game. Some of their tools and most of the assets are actually hosted on their CDN that I'm just like linking to. I did port some of their code from C# to TypeScript. I have a PR out for their repo, so hopefully they'll mention my work soon. And then I also wanted to have 0 dependencies in this. So I wrote some other libraries myself including like some base 32 stuff. So it's pretty cool. And then I also wanted to try Tailwind CSS. So these kind of like scratched both the what can I learn from this project and also like, can I make this not just for myself? So hopefully I get that added to the repo. So let me give you guys a demo here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and share a different one. Any questions so far? Great. What are we seeing right now?
Pick the regions you're playing against.
Perfect. Okay, so here's the application. You start off, you can select the regions you're playing against. You can hit show me what to play around. It will show you a list of cards that at any given moment you should consider your opponent might have. And there, as you can see, there's still a lot, and these are all already filtered. So my usual flow in this is I load this up, I'm playing a game, I have hotkeys enabled so I can just say, okay, I don't know what to do. My opponent has 3 mana, so I press 3. And now everything's filtered, so now I can only see at a quick glance what I'm working with. Maybe I don't want to do this, so I implemented short codes for all the regions so I can quickly hop around. Maybe I'm playing a game and I know this deck is very popular and it's seen all across. So I leverage some other third-party source to get the top 20 decks that you see at any given time. So I can click on this, and now I get a full deck view of every card in that deck. So I could like make snap decisions. All the filtering still works as expected. I'm also not a designer, and this probably doesn't look that great, but you know, works for me. Also, it's not great, but like it does kind of work on mobile. So yeah, there's that really quickly. Let me go back into the PowerPoint. So conclusion, this was a great success. As of today, I have the highest rank I've ever had in this video game. I often reach for this tool to double check or explore options that I did not think of. So personal win, great. I posted it on Reddit. A handful of people said they wanted to do the same idea, they just never got around to it, and it's had a pretty positive reception on there. So hopefully people keep coming back and enjoying it. There are tons of next steps that I can do here. So like there's this thing called Overwolf. You can like make a custom UI, inject it into your game while you're playing it, like feed game data into it. So there's a lot of other options I can explore here down the line, but bottom line is I learned a lot and I had a lot of fun. Are there any questions?
Is this against the rules? Or is this just kind of a player aid that is kind of would be allowed if you're playing in, well, suppose you're playing in a tournament or something like that?
Yeah, great question. So it's actually fully supported in the rules and encouraged. If I share my screen again, let me show you something else. So this is kind of small. Let me big screen that. So I don't know if you can see what's going on right here, but this is a screenshot of inside the game. This little toolbar on the left-hand side shows you all the cards still in your deck. The top right shows you all of the cards your enemy has played, and then the bottom is the graveyard of like what's no longer in play. People use this in tournaments hosted by the developer, and it's these kind of extensions are widely supported. So I could make something similar and auxiliary to this, but that's just a step I have not taken. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, that's cool.
So is all the artwork available? I mean, now I'm guessing maybe it is because of your last answer, but like I know a lot of other card game companies, or they don't want people leveraging the artwork in their own apps. No. Take down anything that's like publicly hosted.
On Riot Games developer site for this, they actually make all of their sets available right here. So you can download full set information. So like what comes with this, for every card you get all the cards metadata, the cards full art, the cards mini art, and any alternate images that come with it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and like they lay out their schema here and everything. It's very developer friendly. That's all I got. Thank you.
Any other questions? Cool. All right.